We're back in Punta Cana with another resort review, checking out Hyatt Zilara Cap Cana. This is supposed to be the #1 resort for adults and the #1 resort in all of Punta Cana. We're definitely going to let you know the pros and cons, the ins and outs of the resort, from the food, rooms, beaches, and all the amenities, so definitely stay tuned. And even though this place has been like almost perfect, I'm not sad about leaving. What's up, you guys, and welcome back. If you're new, my name is Heather and I love sharing all-inclusive resort reviews with you. I am also a hairstylist and my husband is a travel advisor. We have 3 kids and we love bringing these videos to you, hoping to help you find the best resort possible for you and your family. Sometimes these resorts are good and sometimes they're not so good. So we're here to help you guys get the most bang for your buck, where to spend your hard-earned money, show you the good, the bad, all the ins and outs of the resort. So if that sounds like your type of video, then stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, give us a comment, and if you need any help with your travels, definitely hit us up. Our links are down below in the description box of how to get a hold of us. So let's jump into this video. So let's start at the beginning. Getting through the airport. Punta Cana's got a few checkpoints, but it's really not too bad. We always fly in super early and avoid all the congestion. 15 minutes from the airport gets you to Hyatt Zilara, which is incredible. I love a short transfer. Now, we stayed in their club level suites, so we get a private check-in. A little different here. Normally we sit down at a desk, but they're like, no, go up to the bar, have a drink, we're gonna come to you. So they brought everything to us to sign, fill out while we enjoyed a cocktail. And then we were off to explore the resort till our room was ready. We did come hungry, so I loved seeing a quick pop-up right by the pool, hamburgers and some barbecue. And then our butler came to get us to escort us to our room. Now I'm gonna give you a room tour in just a minute, but let's start breaking down this resort and let's start with the pools. Now, this is a relatively small resort in my opinion. There's about 375 rooms here. So it's not too big, but it's not too small either. They do have one main pool, which all guests can access. It's overlooking the ocean, tons of seating. You don't play chair games here, which is amazing. And for this size of resort, I thought the pool was actually pretty big. Now, I will say this resort is more on the chill, low-key side. Now, they play some music by the pool. They had a guy come out and do some fun dancing one day, but it's pretty laid back here. So there's no foam parties. There's no turn up here. It's not a lively resort. So if you're looking for that, you may need to look elsewhere. It's pretty chill for the most part. The beach will break down in just a minute, but I do love the views that you get from the pool. They do have Bali beds. I believe when we were there, they were running around $280 for a day. Now, they do have one more pool located just, 5 steps away, but this pool can only be accessed if you are in a club level room. I don't think necessarily club is 100% worth it, but I will say they did make the drinks a little better over here. And since there's only one other pool, it is nice to change the scenery up, but if you are not club level, you can have access to the family side, which is right next door. Here's a shot of the pools. They're a little bit bigger over here. Of course, you're going to be around kids, but if you want a little bit bigger pool scene, you want a little bit different scenery, then you can come over and access this pool. Just a quick shot of both of the properties. They're right next to each other. Not a lot of walking required here. So if you have mobility issues, if you just don't want to be at a giant resort, this property is a great size. Now let's move on to the beach. Cap Cana is known for beautiful, beautiful beaches, you guys. But of course, the sargassum issues that have been happening all over the Caribbean this summer, it just wasn't as pretty as it normally is. But I'm showing you the real deal here in case you travel during the summer. Sargassum, it's a thing all over the Caribbean. Mexico, Punta Cana, I've seen it in the Bahamas. I mean, it's in Jamaica a little bit. So unfortunately, I traveled during summertime. So the beach has got some seaweed, but normally this beach is ranked like #1 in Punta Cana. We're in the Cap Cana area, which is known for calm waters, electric blue water. But it's not bad. It's really not bad. It's just not as bright blue as it normally is because of the sargassum issues they're having here. And it's my fault because, you know why? I traveled during summertime. So it's not the resort's fault. It's just Mother Nature. So I know the beach is a big deal with people, but I just wanted to share that it is not any resort's fault with the sarcasm issues. It's just the chance you take when you travel during the summer months anywhere in the Caribbean. Okay, this is what the beach normally looks like. We got a photo from our client who visited here in March. So again, it's a beautiful beach. The sand is soft and powdery, and it's definitely a heck of a lot better than the resort that we switched to from Hyatt Zilara, as you just seen in that sneak peek. So another fun feature that this resort has is a full water park. Maybe not full, but it's a pretty good size, you guys. Now, of course, it shares, with the family side, so you're going to see kids there. Me and my husband actually one day with just the beach situation, and we were kind of bored at the main pool. We were like, hey, let's just go down a couple of water slides and check it out for you guys. Here's the rules if you want to stop and check all these out. And it's always nice to find a resort that has a few options just in case you're bringing kids. It had a very nice lazy river. However, I wouldn't call it lazy. It went pretty fast. It has a lot of different water features, and the slides are adult approved.
Got it.
Now let's take you on a room tour. Me and my husband decided to splurge. Actually, I decided to splurge. My husband had no say. On a Club Ocean View 1-bedroom Grand Master Suite. Long name. But this was supposed to be a 1,300 square foot room with a living room, 2 full bathrooms. I don't know if it was 1,300 square feet, but it was definitely big, plenty of space. Obviously too much space. We didn't need it, but business has been good and you only live once, I told my husband. So taking you through the front entrance, you have your little setting area into the living room, which opens up to a beautiful balcony. I will give y'all a peek at that in just a second. You do get a separate bedroom, huge soft beds, the air conditioner, you guys, amazing. Oh my gosh, it was so cold in here, which is, a positive for us. We like a cold room. Now this room does come with a butler. Not all the club rooms come with a butler, but the higher tiered ones do. And our butler was so nice, especially when we first checked in. He helped us get reservations every night, especially when we wanted to go over to the family side for a couple of the restaurants. He really helped out with that and us not having to wait. But other than that, we really didn't see him too much. So I don't think it's necessary to have a butler here by any means. But this view, you guys, oh my gosh, I think it was worth it. I think it was worth the splurge. We were in the perfect spot, dead center of the resort. You could see the ocean views, you could see the resort, and I loved soaking in that tub. Now I will say, was it the most luxurious room we've stayed in? Absolutely not, especially for this price point. I feel like the decor could be a little better, but they still had it decorated nice. It was very clean. Like I said, the air conditioner worked, but the room was just a little lacking on the decor side. Now what was not lacking, the spa, you guys. I mean, just look at it. There's a hole in the ground, and that's where the spa is. The hydrotherapy, the pool. It was gorgeous, relaxing, serene, all the things. My massage was amazing. Expensive, yes, but all these resorts cost a lot of money if you want to get massages on the property. Sometimes I wonder if I should leave out this section of the videos and just tell you my pros and cons, but when I do videos and I skip this part where I'm doing my makeup and telling you my feedback, my pros and cons, what we liked, disliked, people are like, why didn't you do that? So I'm just gonna put it in this video, and yeah, comment and let me down below, do you like this section telling you my thoughts and opinions? I have the worst habit of looking right here but not looking at the camera, so I apologize. So this is gonna be pretty short because this is a very small resort for us. For us, some people it might be the perfect size. And even though this place has been almost perfect, and it's so crazy that I'm even gonna say this because this is such a good resort, you guys. This resort is ranked #1 for adults in Punta Cana. I'm not sad about leaving. We're actually switching over to another resort to review tomorrow morning. Usually I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to leave, but I kind of want to leave. And it's not because this resort is like a bad resort. It has been a very, very nice resort. I mean, service in general has been fantastic, you guys. Probably, it might just be the best resort we've been to for service as far as attentiveness, great food. So why would we want to leave or not sad about leaving? We're kind of bored, you guys. We're kind of bored here. There's just not much going on. But that could be a pro for some people and a con. And this is why we do this, you guys. This is why we review all different types of resorts so you can find your perfect resort, because not everybody is looking for a more lively resort, and not everybody's looking for a more chill honeymoon, like calm, peaceful, relaxing resort. And there's all different types. There are party resorts. There are more upbeat resorts. There are more just normal resorts. And then there are more quiet resorts. There's so many different categories. That's why it's important to like really do your research or reach out to someone like us, because we know what they are, whether or not we've been to them or not. I am someone who has researched. This is what I do for my spare time, okay? Instead of watching TikTok or TV at night, I am on my phone Googling and researching about all the different resorts and what the vibes are and what their pros and cons are. And I'm gonna try my hardest to get to them all, but it's gonna take me a little bit, you guys, because there's a lot of all-inclusives, okay? But I have been to my share of resorts, over 50. So, you know, I'm the person to ask, like, you know, if you're booking with us, because don't just message me like randomly asking for my opinion on where you should go and where you should book your own vacation, because I do these YouTube videos complimentary to you for free, free 99. And it's, you know, to help you make your own decision. But when you're reaching out to us, our agency page, that's like, hey, help me book my perfect trip, okay? So I'll answer some questions in the comments and stuff like that, but don't charge extra fees, and we price match, and we typically are, you know, a lot lower than all these other rates that you find. So that's why, you know, you hit us up, and not just for our amazing pricing, but for our knowledge. Do not send you to a shit resort. I think I had a squirrel moment. So let me backtrack where I was. Okay, why are we bored? We're in our late 30s, okay? We don't want like crazy spring break party resorts, okay? We don't want that. But I like a little bit of liveliness around the pools, especially because most of these resorts have multiple pools, and some will be like more on the lively side and some will be on the chill side. So you can have the best of both worlds depending on what you're wanting to do that day. This resort has two, even though they're really close together. One plays louder music, the other one's a lot more quiet, but I still wouldn't call it a lively pool, the one that plays music. It's just they play music, that's it. They have some workout classes in the morning. There's no entertainment by the pools. There's no E-team as some resorts have, like where they're like, you know, doing some fun performances and getting the guests involved and interacting. And no, I'm not saying I want a party resort, but me and Ty like a more fun vibe around the pool. And since we're not getting in the ocean much because of the seaweed issues or the sargassum issues, that's kind of important to us when we are looking for a resort personally. And here is a negative, if you want to call it that, for what we are looking for in a resort. Might not be for what you're looking for, you know, but with this only having technically one pool, if you are not a club member, you can't go to the club pool, but this is one pool. I like to go to resorts that have a couple, just to kind of like bounce around, because maybe I'm just like, I just get bored. I don't know, maybe I have ADD or something. I just kind of like bigger resorts. Again, because I know I'm gonna get people in my comments like, well, that's what we like. Well, that's great, Susan, that's great that that's what you like, but I'm doing the review here. And I do have some chill resorts, and I have some party resorts, and I have some just normal resorts, like when it comes to the entertainment. So what's great about that is you can book the resort that sticks out to you and is more your vibe. But this resort for us has just been a bit boring. And just, you know, in case you start researching, and if you haven't even looked up pricing for Hyatt Zilara, it's expensive, you guys. Like, it's expensive. Even more than Secrets. Secrets is one of the more all-inclusive, more of the top end, kind of like higher priced all-inclusives. And this is even higher than that. Food has been great. Service has been great. Our rooms are a little bit more on the basic side, but they're nice and they're clean, and housekeeping comes like that. Room service comes like that. So that to me goes in the service category, and service 5 stars across the board. Probably some of the best we've had. When we're just talking about personal, you know, choice, I would honestly, this is how I am. I would take more of 3-star food. Give me that 5-star energy and entertainment with the pools and the nightlife. That's another thing. Nighttime is dead here. That was the most lamest silent headphone party I've ever been to. There's just not much to do here at night. There's really not. So another con, may not matter to you, but that's something I look for in a resort. I would take 3 to 4-star food, average to good food over excellent food, but have the entertainment a little bit more, you know? But everybody different, you know? People might be like, food all the way, food's the most important thing, entertainment I could care less. That's what's great about all these different resorts is, you know, there's always one out there for someone, what you're looking for. I feel like doing some bright pink lips tonight. So that's pretty much all I got for you guys with this resort. It is a really solid resort. I would say 5 stars. It is. When it comes to service, food, even though everybody's taste buds are different, I feel like everybody here would still rate the food very high. It's beautiful. I hate that we've had sargassum issues, but it is a beautiful beach, plenty of chairs, no chair game here that you're gonna have to fight, you know, to save chairs. I just wish they had a little bit more entertainment, and it would just be like one that I would just want to come back to, honestly. But I'm glad we're leaving, and I'm glad we're gonna try the next resort, and maybe it'll be a little bit more me and Ty's liking. But let me know down in the comments, like, is this your type of resort, or do you want something like me and Ty like that's a little bit more on the lively side? So since we got a little bored at the pool, we decided to do an excursion day going to SAONA Island so we could have a really pretty beach. And I seen this guy's name flooded all over the Punta Cana pages recommending him. His name is Jose. He owns Seaside Punta Cana Excursions, and we decided to do a private tour with him. I didn't want to be on a boat with lots of people, but come to my surprise, he doesn't really pack his boats like other companies do, and I'll show you some footage of other boat companies. So you definitely don't have to do a private excursion. We paid about $800, which wasn't horrible compared to other companies I researched, but I did love the one-on-one. I loved just stopping when we wanted to stop, if we wanted to stay in a spot a little bit longer. So if you were looking to splurge, I do highly recommend it, but his group tours are very, very small if you don't want to spend that type of money. He takes you to a lot of beautiful beaches. My husband loved just flying his drone about it. We did some footage for him for his business because he is just literally the sweetest guy ever. I loved hearing his story, how he got started, how much he knows about Punta Cana. Okay, look at this boat right here. It is packed full of people, you guys. I did not want that. So it's great to have someone to recommend to our clients and to you guys. If you are looking for a really good tour business in Punta Cana, definitely reach out to him. And I will put his links down in the description box of how to get a hold of him. But he takes you to this beach where you get lobster, you guys. Lobster. And it was so good. And the lobster was included in the tour. At first, my husband was a little skeptical because this is a full day tour, you guys. SAONA Island takes a little bit of time to get to. From Hyatt Zilara, it was about an hour shuttle, and then it's a good 30-40 minute ride to your first island. Now, we were on a speedboat tour. It was a little bit faster versus just taking a slower kind of catamaran type of boat. But absolutely loved our day, loved our tour guides. And Jose does all different types of excursions, not just this one. So if there's anything, you know, you're looking at doing and you need a good, honest, reputable tour excursion company, definitely hit him up. Now let's talk about some food and drinks real quick. So when you look up the price of this resort, like I mentioned before, it's expensive. So you definitely expect good quality food and drinks. And I'm here to tell you that I don't think that you'll be disappointed here. They have crafted cocktails and a good selection of premium liquors. So I don't want to break down every single restaurant like I typically do, but I do want to show you the buffet. And I want to talk about it because this is probably the nicest buffet we have yet to find at a resort. And buffets are typically nothing special, but this, I mean, I would be okay eating here every night. So not only was the food delicious, but just how it was set up, the decor, just the little details in here really stood out to me. And with going to over 50 resorts, you guys, that is saying something. I love the pizzas by the pool. I love quick grab and go bites around the pool. I don't always love sitting down at a restaurant, taking an hour and a half to eat during the day. But we did do that. We ate at the club restaurant for lunch one day. It was good, but I definitely didn't have to have the club just to get that restaurant. I did like how all the restaurants really felt like a restaurant and loved that they had menus. We didn't have to get out our phones and get on an app to look at a menu. I think our favorite was probably the steakhouse and the sushi / Mongolian restaurant over on the family side. Even though it was super packed and lots of kids, the food was great over there. And there's no reservations required. You just go up, put your name down. But if you do have a butler like we did, they will reserve a time for you, so you don't have to do the waiting game. One thing I love is a dedicated coffee shop that stays open late, and they definitely had one. It's located in the main lobby. You get some gorgeous views. They have some quick bites there you can grab, and the coffee was delicious. Of course, we did have to test out room service. Everything came very quick, and it was good. But we only did this twice.
So we thought it would be really neat to get room service, because normally we just go to the buffet on our last day and sit out on our pretty balcony. But the sun is beaming and we got super hot, so we brought our food inside, and then like it's cold. So I don't get the room service hype unless it's like late at night and you're just, you need a quick snack. But as far as like having breakfast in your room, like I like to go to the buffet. I want to chow down at the buffet. So we just left our food and we ran down to the buffet and ate. But it's all inclusive, so we can do that. Anybody else feel that way about room service?
So like I mentioned in my pros and cons section, there's just not a whole lot going on here at night. Then most of the entertainment is over at the family side. And when I'm on an adults only vacation, I kind of just don't want to be around kids. They tried to have a silent disco one night at the adults side, and it was just so lame, you guys. Like, I don't know why they even put it in this little corner. There was no one there. It was too early too. They started at like 8 o'clock. So the sports bar over at the family side is a popular hangout, but again, you're going to have kids there. If that doesn't bother you, then you can hang out at a sports bar. I personally like to have a nightclub where I can do a little dancing. People watch is always super fun. They do have a theater, but again, it's over at the family side. So if you are wanting that adults only experience, it's just, there's not a lot going on the adult side. I did love this bar though. I did love this place just to go and grab a really delicious crafted cocktail. They played some fun music. The pianist was amazing there, and the scenery and vibe here was great. Before I end the video, I just wanted to show the gym really quick. This was such a nice gym, you guys. They did not skimp on any areas. They have every machine you could ever want, and they also have exercise classes as well.
We just got packed up. We're going to head to the next resort to check out. It's definitely more budget friendly, but it still has that luxe feel to it. It's adults only, super important. And yeah, I'm gonna bring you along, let you know how it is. I kind of wish we would have done that one first and this one where we're currently at Hyatt Zilara second, because it's a little bit more higher tiered. The service here has been fabulous. I'm like, will that be able to match it over there? But I'm gonna have it in my head. It's less expensive over there, so it's not gonna be perfect. Have that in your head, like even expensive resorts, they're not going to be perfect. You just got to go in with a clear mindset, have a positive attitude, and you'll have a great time. So stick along.
So that's all for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. We are off to our next resort to review, and that video will be coming very soon. Just a sneak peek of this oceanfront swim out suite that we had. The price for this room is so great and budget friendly compared to Hyatt Zilara, where we just came from, but there's some negatives to this property as well. So stay tuned for that video and find out. So if you made it to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching. Definitely subscribe, and just remember, we can book anywhere you want to go, whether it's international or domestic, cruises, all the things we can do for you guys. So definitely hit us up. We try to find the very best prices for you guys. No price gouging, upcharging like some other TAs do. Just a small business that me and my husband have started. You can check out our Facebook page also. We share weekly deals. We also share real client reviews with their photos from their vacations and their feedback. Thank you guys so much for watching this channel and supporting me and my husband and my little family. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a great week, and I can't wait to share the next video with you.